Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing Trent's impending move to Real Madrid and what that means for both Liverpool, Trent Alexander Arnold and also Real Madrid going forwards. As always, if you do enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more football and more so Arsenal related content from me. Granted, we're going into this after today. David Ornstein has announced that Real Madrid are close to agreeing contract terms with Trent, where he will move to Real Madrid on a free contract at the end of the season. Liverpool fans, let me know in the comments below what you think about it, as well as Real Madrid fans. That said, we'll be discussing the talking points online, the abuse that Trent has suffered online since the news broke, and dive more into that. I hope you do enjoy. Thank you. So firstly, what does this mean for Trent Alexander Arnold? Well, reportedly he has agreed a 5-year contract with Los Blancos, meaning that he will be at Real Madrid until at least when he's 32 if he sees out the contract. I personally can see him seeing out that contract, maybe even signing another and becoming a Real Madrid legend. He is a generational talent with a wand of a right foot and an absolutely sublime passer of the ball. Does this mean that his England place will actually be more prominent? Because in recent years Trent hasn't been in the England squad as much, or he played in midfield in the last tournament. Does this mean that because he's at Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world, he's more likely to lock down that right back spot? Only time will tell. One of the things I will say though is Trent has suffered a lot of abuse online since the news broke from Liverpool fans who are clearly frustrated that their academy graduate has left the club. In my opinion, this is a little bit harsh. At the end of the day, a player has to do something on his own merit, but also he has to look after himself and his family. Second to that, whilst I know that Liverpool is a great club, Real Madrid are the biggest club ever in the history of football. So I feel it's kind of harsh to begrudge him the move. Finally, is it not in the club's power to sign a deal with a player when it gets to the 2-year mark and then choose then, if they don't think the player's going to sign a deal, to sell them for peak value? Now, it looks like with Liverpool, they've dropped the ball on Van Dijk and Salah as well and not signed them to new contracts at the 2-year mark. So surely the club needs to take some responsibility for allowing Trent to get down to the final stages of his contract. The reason that it makes me question the Liverpool fans' reaction to Trent leaving, because obviously it's not good to lose one of your own, especially when it's a Liverpool player, and we all know their fans base is quite passionate about their club and what the club stands for, and the anti-hierarchy, the political agendas surrounding the club as Liverpool as a whole, especially in the 80s. Liverpool's a club that connects with the fans more so than a lot of other big teams, and it's one of the only clubs that sort of has also politics alongside what's built around the club. So I understand the attachment to the club from a fan perspective, and as to why that is upsetting for one of their own to want to leave. But when you look at it, Trent is a 27-year-old professional footballer. He's been a millionaire since he was 17, 18 when he broke through under Jurgen Klopp. He'll have had big contracts prior to that in the youth system when he was highly thought of. He is not in the working man's bubble. He doesn't have any loyalties in terms of the city other than the fact it's where he's lived his life. Yes, he has loyalty in terms of he came through the club, but at some point in his career, he's guaranteed success. With Real Madrid, he's going to be on probably double the money he is at Liverpool because it's a free contract. They can give him 20, 30, 40 million sign-on bonus with probably like 500-600k wages. Liverpool only reportedly offered £325,000 wages. So he's on a healthier packet, and he could potentially live in probably the most reputable, best city on earth in Madrid. Everyone likes London, don't get me wrong, in England, but Madrid is the pinnacle probably of all cities throughout Europe. So I think that it is a step up. I mean, Real Madrid are footballing royalty to the point where they are the biggest club in the world consistently, the most successful club in the Champions League history. They are the biggest club in terms of football by a landslide. Like, I think it probably goes Real Madrid, Barcelona, United, then like Liverpool. Just off the top of my head, I think Real Madrid are by far the biggest club in the world. So I think that most players want to be synonymous with Real Madrid and have the opportunity to play for the biggest and best team of all time. Not only that, they've got a young squad, like Chouameni, Camavinga, Mbappe, Bellingham, who's his good friend, are in that squad. And with world stars, Vinny Jr., another one, with a culture of dribbling and freedom and expressionism that you don't necessarily have within the English Premier League game. As opposed to Liverpool, they have some very talented players, obviously Salah, Virgil, some of the best in the position, Alisson, who are also at the wrong age. So Salah, Virgil, Alisson all past 30, looking like they're going to be moving on. There's a lot of uncertainty about the future of Liverpool Football Club. So Real Madrid is the next step for Trent that is pretty stable. We know they're going to be a world-beating team for years to come. It's a guarantee of success because of the players that are there. They're always going to be competing for the league. They're always going to be competing for the Champions League. So it's basically guaranteed success, synonymous with a club that looks to be in the right direction with a load of young players who look talented. Even Rodrigo, for example, or Valverde, they're all in the 20s. Whereas Liverpool look like they could potentially be going downhill for a few years, especially if Van Dijk and Salah leave. Then there's uncertainty. Even if they stay, they're on the wrong side of 30, meaning that Liverpool do need to then bolster the rest of the areas of the pitch. So, yeah, I don't understand begrudging Trent the move. And secondly to that, where's the club accountability? It's happened with Trent, it's happened with Virgil, and it's happened with Salah, and it's soon to happen with Konate, that Liverpool are not seemingly addressing these big players' transfers and the deals at the 2-year stage when clubs are advised to do so. Now, that gives the player a lot of power. They can then choose the number that they want in the contract to stay at Liverpool, but alternatively, you can choose what club they wish to go to. Konate now seems nailed on to go to Real Madrid at the end of his contract next year. You've got Van Dijk, who potentially could leave to like PSG if he wants to, double his wage. And Salah, there's been links with Saudi and various other teams across the country. I think that not all three of those will leave. Liverpool will have to keep some to keep the stability within the club and the team, etc. But I don't really understand why Liverpool don't seem to be getting on the back of... Liverpool fans don't get on the back of the club more so than Trent. Trent's got the right to choose where he wants to play at this stage with 6 months left on his contract. He's had an attractive offer from a team who is in a better state physically and financially than Liverpool and are offering him more assets. He might also just want a new challenge. But Liverpool have allowed an asset who's 80 to 100 million pound player to buy his contract down. Why last summer, when they realised he wasn't going to sign the contract, did they not just offer him out for 30, 40 million, half his price, just to get some money on the door? You can't hold that against Trent for doing so, especially at the 2-year mark, when if he wasn't looking to sign the contract, you get rid of him there and then. I know it's hard. He's a homegrown player. Arsenal have had plenty of players that we've developed over the years, and we've lost out to a major club. But at least he's not going to a rival, is what I'm saying. So, yeah, there's substantial issues within the Trent move. I don't understand the fan debate. It's an end of an era for Liverpool. They're going to have to rebuild now, either with Trent or without Trent, but either with Salah and Van Dijk or without him. And it's going to be a tonal shift at the club. Can they do so and replace the quality of Trent in attacking ways and the quality of Virgil and the quality of Salah? We do not know. What does it mean for Liverpool going forward? Have they even got a potential title challenge in them next season? Or is it going to be a rebuild season? Are they going to drop off? There's multiple different facets to go at with this. I hope you do enjoy, though. Please let me know in the comments what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.